Hello everyone, MikeMoneyGMR here, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. I was suggested to do this because, well, for one, it's a game I've never played before, and two, because I need to branch out a little bit, and I need to try and keep myself from just like doing a bunch of the same things I'm doing already. And I know, I'm not supposed to be starting too many Let's Plays, but let's just be honest here, okay? I want to entertain you guys. I really do. You guys deserve entertainment, and for me to be able to do that while also keeping my sanity in check of like not saying, let's record 50 parts of whatever it is I'm playing right now, I decided that I would come and play Sid Meier's Civilization 5 Brave New World. Now, those of you who are here that are in the same boat as me, who've never played a Civilization game before, like, let's say you've never played one, like, I'm not in that boat, but let's say you've never played one before. Don't worry, it's okay. Watching this will not spoil you from any of the other games. Sid Meier, he uses the numerical thing for each game, but each game is technically its own separate entity. It's kind of like the Final Fantasy games. Like, I'll say it like that. There were certain ones that, yes, they did kind of follow a storyline similar to the other ones, but a lot of them are separate entities of the other ones. That's how Civilization works. I'm talking with my hands like you can watch. I don't know why the hell I'm doing that. But, yeah, Sid Meier created these games as kind of a way to teach history in a way, like a fun way. Of course, you can have your own way of history that you do things, but of course it's like you can kind of see how things worked back in the day and stuff like that, and kind of learn different things about each thing you interact with in the game. Like, for example, thing in the background is a factory, right? Like, you could learn how factories worked and stuff through the Civilopedia, as they call it, which I'll show you in the game once we get inside of here, which I guess I might as well continue here. Okay, good. So one thing that's really great about Civilization is it did offer a multiplayer thing, but right now there's nobody I could be playing with right now, so I'm not going to do that mode right now. And besides that, it's not very good from what I've done before, because I've played Civilization 4 before multiplayer, and it didn't go very well. And I also played I think the other one I played was the one for the Xbox 360, which I forgot what that one was called, but yeah, the only Civilization games I've played, and if these are the same ones you've played, then don't worry as well, you're in the same boat as me. Civilization 4 and the Civilization that came out for the Xbox 360. A little bit of history about that is Sid Meier, this awesome guy who created these games, he wanted to branch out to game consoles. And so he went with Xbox, and he said, here, let's just put this on Xbox and see how it turned out. It turned out pretty well. Like, I will probably do a video of it someday, maybe, just to show you the difference between this one and that one, and maybe 4 if I just decide to take a back step and do 4 as well. But the one that I recognize the most is 4, and that's the one I've played the most. And in 4, you know, you kind of go through history like in this game, I'm sure you will be doing, but you also were able to kind of explore everything, and that's why I loved it so much, because I love exploration games. And then you also got to learn the history, which I didn't always read it that often, but I loved the little animations that game had. They took them out of the Xbox version, regrettably. Like, they had cutscenes, but like it was only for like rewards that you would get, and they weren't really that interesting in my opinion. Like, in some cases, I'll show you some of them if I do play that. But let's go ahead and hit options first, as always. Okay, automated workers don't replace improvements. Automated workers don't remove features, no reward pop-ups. Okay, none of this I really worry about. We'll keep it on new to Civ for now, since I've never played this version of the game, so there might be different things that I might need. Multiplayer quick combat. Oh, okay, good. There is like usually battle animations, but if your computer can't handle it, they will sometimes turn them off for you. So yeah, that's probably what this is and all that stuff. Alternate cursor zoom mode, blah blah blah. Good, my 1920 by 1080 59 hertz. That's good enough, I guess. That seems to fit the screen just fine. Actually, no, I might want to check something quick. Okay, I'm back. I just had to exit the, well, kind of exit the game just to check to see if everything was still working really well, and it seems to be working okay. So, let's see, everything here sounds just fine. I'm sure my computer can handle this pretty well, and I don't need to do anything with that. So, all of this seems to be just fine. Turn on my TV just a little bit. Okay. Let's go ahead and accept that, do single player. Now, I myself would always like to do like the setup game option, which came from like Civilization 4. Like they had this thing where you could do like a custom game mode, and let's see if this is kind of similar. Yeah, okay. So you can set up your map type, your leader if you want, how big the map is. Let's see, I kind of want to do standard. Let's try that. Difficulty level, chieftain, that's perfect. Game pace, standard, game. Hammond. Let's see here. A lot of these seem to be similar to what I've seen before, so that's not too different. I want to see if who the American one is. Let's see. Because in the Xbox version, it's Abe Lincoln, which is actually pretty cool. I might have already passed it. I don't know. Oh, it's Washington. Nice. Let's see. And since I'm using them, I'm trying to think of who else I want to be. 20% production towards wonder construction. Sure, let's do that. We'll be Ramsey. I've never been him before, I don't think, so it should be good. Is there anything else in the advanced setup I need to do? Okay, yeah, we'll keep that random. Victory types, type science, domination. Okay, that seems all familiar. Diplomatic, I've never gotten to succeed in, so that's kind of cool. Domination, I usually end up getting by accident. Especially in my Xbox version, because they have a time limit to how long you can play, and that's how you usually end up winning through this. Science, I have won only once, and it's pretty difficult to win that one. And that was also on the Xbox version and in, I think in the fourth one too. Oh yeah, so yeah, there is one by time. Okay, so that's another thing. I don't know if I should turn that off or on. If you keep it off, it tends to make the game last a long time, so I don't really know. Max turns, game away when max turns is reached. No city raising. Players are not allowed to burn cities down after capturing them. I don't know why you would do that anyway. Okay, so I think that should do. Okay. Is there anything else I need to do? No, start the game. We greet thee, O great Ramses,
Pharaoh of Egypt, who causes the sun to rise and the Nile to flow, and who blesses his fortunate people with all the good things of life. O great Lord, From time immemorial, your people lived on the banks of the Nile River, where they brought writing to the world, advanced mathematics, sculpture, and architecture. Thousands of years ago, they created the great monuments which still stand tall and proud. O Ramses, for uncounted years your people have endured as other petty nations around them have risen and then fallen into dust. They look to you to lead them once more into greatness. Can you honor the gods and bring Egypt back to a rightful place at the very center of the world? Can you build a civilization that will stand the test of time?
I'm sure we can, but who all knows? So anyway, let's see. Monument builders. So we got the burial tomb. Requires no gold maintenance. Should the city be captured, the amount of gold plundered by the enemy is doubled. And a war chariot. Fast range unit. Only the Egyptians may build it. The unit does not require horses to be built, unlike the chariot archer, which it replaces. Oh, interesting. Okay. So let's begin our journey here. Okay, so these are our settlers. So if I am... This is a
good place to found a city. Food and resources are plentiful here. Press your Settlers Found City button.
You're not going to read this one? Okay. Cities should be found in locations with plenty of food and production and with access to resources such as wheat, fish, and cattle. It's often a good idea to build a city on a river or coastal hex. Cities founded on hills gain a defensive bonus, making it harder for enemies to capture them, but they don't always have access to food. Let's see. Cities are vital to your civilization's success. They allow you to build units, buildings, and wonders. They also allow you to research new technologies and gather wealth. You cannot win without powerful, well-suited cities. Okay. Plentiful food is the single most important factor determining the rise of human civilization. While humans had to spend virtually every waking moment hunting and gathering food for themselves and their families or tribe, they had little time or energy for other pursuits, making cave paintings, for instance, creating a written language, or discovering ruins. Once surplus food is available, then all else is possible. Ah, I got it. Okay. So... settlers and food production. Settlers can only be constructed in cities of size 2 or larger. During construction, settlers consume a city's production and all the city's excess food intake. As long as the settlers is in production, the city will not grow or add food to its growth bucket. Okay, that seems different, because I remember that if you built settlers in the old game, it didn't really affect much, except it just took a long time to build them in the beginning. So settlers don't subtract food from the bucket, they consume excess food being produced, stopping more food from going into that bucket. So in this game they made it where it seems like if you create settlers for any reason, you might accidentally kill your city a little bit because there'll be less food being built up. Okay, which units can fight? Any military unit may attack an enemy unit. Scout units can initiate combat and defend against enemy attacks, though they are weaker than other units. Non-military units such as workers, settlers, and great people may not initiate attacks. If attacked while on their own, workers and settlers are captured. Ooh, that's similar as before, but just like it sucks that that happens. I remember, that reminds me of when I used to play the Warcraft games back in the day. I think it was number 2 that I played back then. And, or maybe the first one, I don't actually remember, but I just remember it was so funny because, like, my town got attacked, and in that game you only have, like, warriors, and then you have, like, your workers, and then you have, like, your other attacking units. And I tried to have a worker guy attack one of the enemies that came in because I didn't have any military at the time. And it's so funny because, like, he will actually swing his axe at the enemy, and then the second he gets attacked, he runs away. And he's like, "It's we're under attack!" And I'm just like, that's so hilarious that that does that. Anyway, enough of this crap. Let's see if we can just, Okay, so, explore the world's
Consider sending your warrior out to explore new territory.
Okay, when a unit is selected, right-click on a tile. I have that. Okay. So, settler, oh, that's kind of cool, actually. And they just automatically name it. Alright, so now these guys... Wait, didn't it say right-click? Ah, there we go. Okay, so that should be the end of my turn, right? Do I even need to bother with that? I know what the Fog of War is. Okay, so,
I have some information that may be of use.
what? In the production chooser... In the production chooser, a unit, building, or wonder is selected to be produced in a city. A city can only work on a single item at a time. Every time your city completes a production, you'll be prompted again to have it build something new. Now, this is something that I kind of like, but kind of hate at the same time, you see? Because here's one of my reasons for this. So, you can only build one thing, right? That makes sense, but what I don't like is that you can't say, okay, I want to build one thing and then queue another thing, you know? A monument would take 10 turns. Sure, why not? Let's do that. Okay, so, it used to be enter button to end your turn. I don't know if it still is. Oh, I still need to choose a research.
Excuse me.
Yes, my good man, what's up? The tech chooser allows you to select a technology that your civilization will research. When a technology has been discovered, you'll be prompted to select a new one. Yeah, sure, okay. We have pottery. It leads to granaries and shrines. Animal husbandry, which sounds creepy as shit, but whatever. Allows you to build a caravan used to establish lucrative trade routes, which at this time doesn't really help us since there's no one nearby. But it also allows you to make pastures, since we have well, ivory. That won't help us right now. But we do seem to have some sheep nearby, so if we got that, that would be useful. Archery would help us be able to fight people if they came and fought us, but as of right now, there's nobody trying to fight us. And mining, I don't know about this. Chop forces, which is useful because it adds more materials, but at the same time it clears the forest away when you don't get more of that until later. 10 turns for all of these? Tell you what, I'll just do mining.
Excuse me.
All units have orders and there's nothing else you can do. Press the next turn button to proceed to the next turn. Now let me see. Yeah, it's the enter button still. That's cool. So it tells you how long a turn was. That was weird. Okay, whatever. So they'll get going. There's nothing to do, so let's end our turn.
Ancient ruins hold secrets that may advance our civilization.
Okay. Ah, cool. Thank you. Alright, that'll be the next turn. So yeah, those of you who are wondering, Mike, when does this actually start getting good? Actually, the very beginning of the game is kind of slow, I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, see, lucky, we got archery.
Something that may be helpful.
Congratulations, discovery amount Kalesh has increased happiness in the Empire. Output if worked, gain 2 within your borders.
The haft of the arrow had been feathered with one of the eagle's own plumes. We often give our enemies the means of our own destruction.
I wonder if that's the same guy who talked in number 4. I loved that guy's narration. He was really good at getting into these quotes. And so yeah, these quotes were like really cool things that you that comes from history apparently. So yeah, ruins explored, blah blah blah. Ah, there's some deer nearby. Ah, somebody found something else too. Wait a second. Okay, good. Of course, you don't want your warriors moving too far away from your town, but whatever, it'll be fine. Oh yeah. But we can't get there yet. How about you head back this way, guys?
The meek shall inherit
Our capital city
not
has
its
finished
mineral
building
rights.
a unit.
Overseas build a unit? Okay. The meek shall inherit the earth, but not its mineral rights. Allow workers to construct mines. Okay. Now, like, here's something very interesting with these games. In the number 4, you didn't actually create workers. They just kind of appeared once you had the ability of making workers, you know? But, yeah, I mean, it's not like it really changes much. What's this? You want me to? Okay, I'll get pottery then. Oh yeah, you do make workers. Okay, that's different. You used to not have to make workers. Hey, let's make an archer for next time. Ooh, more ruins. I walked past it, but whatever. I do like this up here. It actually tells you how fast it's going to be getting done. That's really neat. Equips itself with advanced weapons found in the ruins. Ah, so now they have spears. Alright. Enough culture to adopt a new social party.
I have some information that may be of use.
Hold on a second. Alright, so I'm back, and, I think we're gonna choose our policy in the next episode. So, I'll be right back, and, basically, I'll just tell you right now, this is gonna just be like a kinda, you know, small-time project. I'm not gonna do a whole bunch of these, but I do plan to kinda go through the game until we win, quote win, you know. but I'll probably only like record maybe like 3 episodes in a session and then move on to something else. So if you have any advice for me about this game or anything, just keep that in mind. Also, if you're excited about this, please leave a like. Of course, that always lets me know that someone wants to see more. And yeah, I guess that's all. I will see you guys in the next episode. Till then, bye.